What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome all you YouTuber viewers. We have multi-cameras working, so it's a little weird. We're gonna probably be switching all the time. Welcome to the channel. We are doing a pumpkin versus, I guess?
Yeah.
I guess you could say a pumpkin drink-off. We have the famous Jacko Travelers beer, which everybody seems to love this. This is a limited release bottle, I guess, because I've never seen them put limited release on it before.
Yeah, I was wondering that too, like if it was like brewed long ago and they just released it.
And we have a cute, I don't know what that is. It's like a seal.
It's like a seal, kind of, yeah.
Smutty Nose Brewing Company Pumpkin Ale, which is going to be a rather interesting brew.
Yeah, it's supposed to have like puree, like pumpkin puree.
Pumpkin puree and spices in it.
So there might be like some like sediment in it from.
Do not know who this is.
Charles.
This is Charles. You've seen him in some of the videos, probably more recently on the channel. So which one do you think is probably going to be the better brew?
Probably the Traveler. Just because I'm not the biggest fan of pumpkin beers in themselves anyway, but I actually don't mind the Jacko Traveler.
Yeah, the Jacko Traveler.
Yeah.
The Jacko Traveler is like one of my all-time favorites I think I've ever had. It's usually in my top like 2 or 3 brews.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had Smutty Nose's pumpkin beer. So
Smutty Nose, and we're doing this the classy way of
super
drinking
classy,
out of
guys.
super clear. I wish I had another camera so I can just show you like the brew, the color schemes of that.
Alright.
It's a nice size sample.
Yeah.
Don't smell too bad. I mean, smells
spicy.
It's a little more bold than I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit lighter because of the color wise. It's like a lighter IPA, I would say.
Standard beer is usually 4%, 4.5. So, but it's I don't know. The first taste was different than the second taste. I don't know.
What would you rank this out of a 10?
Oh man.
I'm gonna say like a 4, 4.5.
Yeah, mine was gonna be pretty low too. I was gonna go middle ground and be like 5 or a 6.
just to give them nice like. You're doing average.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know. Not my thing. Smutty Nose.
We have probably going to be the award-winning one versus these two. We have the Jacko Pumpkin Traveler Shandy, which I kind of love the artwork on this one. I think they change the artwork every,
It reminds me of Halloween.
Yeah, I think they change the artwork every year.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Opa means. I just heard them say that. Opa.
Wow.
It's like it just cleansed my palate of that Smutty Nose instantly.
Yep. This is, if there's one way I can describe this, it's pumpkin. Like, it just tastes like pumpkin as soon as you drink it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so much better.
Wow.
It smells better, tastes better, looks better. No offense, Smutty Nose. But
yeah, I'd be interested to see what other brews the Smutty Nose has.
Yeah.
Since I know usually all the Traveler Shandies are really good. Halloween Horror Nights is kicking off. If you watch this channel, you probably watch it because Halloween Horror Nights. 27, it's kicking off very, very soon. All the construction's going around. Stuff is being announced. Merch is being shown. The commercial's out there. Eli Roth directed the commercial.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was the one directing the commercial. That's why they made such a big deal of like showcasing it. How many years have you been to the event?
Oh my god.
You're new, right, to the event?
No, I've been going to the event for a long time, but like randomly.
Oh, okay, so that was.
It was.
Could have been 14 or 15.
It was when it was when they connected Islands and Universal through like the scare zone, so they went through the backstage area. And
was it the Corn?
Yeah, that was one of the earliest ones I went to.
14. Yeah. And it was the Field of Screens.
But I had gone to before. I've been before that too, because I was still in high school the first time I ever came here.
So what did you think of last year's event?
I thought a lot of the houses were kind of weak. I love the icons when they have them. was some of my favorite events is when they had icons, and I thought Chance last year was a big miss.
Kind of a big, kind of a fail that you have an icon and don't
because
utilize her.
They didn't utilize her like at all. Like her little, like her scare zone was kind of, I thought it was kind of more like an afterthought.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we have this icon, we need to have a scare zone for her, and it's like, okay, she's just chilling on the stage, like taking pictures and taunting you from the crowd. Cool. And her house. Oh.
I also didn't feel like the zone, they tried to make it translate to the house. Yeah. Because it's sort of asylum and the colors, but it's very confusing.
Yeah, and her house was very, like the story of it was really confusing too, because it's like, I believe the backstory for her house is that she's in the asylum, like she was captured, and what you're experiencing in her house is how she sees it herself. So,
which I felt like was a drop on them as far as the budget.
So,
speaking of this year, segue. We are at Halloween Horror Nights 27 years that the event has been going on. That's a long ass time. It kind of shows in ways. We kind of hit the mark. Where else can we go with ideas, and what can we do with this park? Kind of hard to do the event in one park that's the same park every, you know what I mean? Like, the setting is the same. Like, they can't change too much.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see it go back to both in a way, because it gives them a little bit more like creative freedom, gives them more space, because in Universal, like the scare zones are always in the same areas.
No.
And the scares are almost always in the same area. So I'm excited. I would like to see them do that again. But I guess the one thing that holds them back is that they can fit way more people in Universal Studios as opposed to Islands of Adventure. A lot more narrow walkways. True, That's the reason that it's moved to Universal more than anything. Plus, I think it's easier to do houses in Universal as opposed to Islands, because in Islands they were in weird locations.
Yeah, they were in queue lines and spaces between lines.
Like,
all right, so you're gonna have to wait for my most anticipated hype list for the scare zones. But when we get back, we're gonna discuss with Charles what is his, from top to bottom, your top, I think it's 5 zones, your top 5 scare zones hype list. Okay. Basically going from the least to number 1 being like the most excited for.
Okay.
All right, when we get back, you're gonna enjoy that. We are back from the break. Hopefully you enjoyed whatever I put in the magic world of filming. You, sir, are up to bat for your top 2017 hype list for the scare zone, since all the houses haven't been announced yet. Wouldn't make too much sense to go through those. So, scare zones. You have, this year we have The Purge, we have Trick or Treat, we have Altars of Horror, we have Festival of the Deadliest.
And Invasion. Yeah.
Of the Body Snatchers.
Alright, so I'm going to go from my top 5.
You're going from the bottom, so you're starting in at number 5, which is your least.
Yeah, I'm going to go from least to excited.
That way a little suspense.
Least, probably Altars of Horror. Just because if it's anything like Chance's Scare Zone last year, where they just kind of have like stages of the characters, like stages with the characters on them, then I think that's kind of boring. Like, because it's kind of like they're on display and they're not supposed to be like that. Like, scare zones aren't supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to really be able to see them easily. So I think that's more of like a museum kind of setting. It's like, oh, look, we have this character from this house. Cool. Or like, you know, like Ash versus the Evil Dead is one, right? That's a house, I think.
Yeah, that's a house.
So like something from that's probably gonna be.
Yeah, maybe like a Deadeye and then maybe an Ash or something.
So like, I mean, that's not really scary. That's more like I said, it's more of a museum kind of showcase, which I think is kind of boring sounding. Next one, Festival of the Deadliest, just because I'm kind of confused as to what it's supposed to be.
Also, they are.
Yeah, like I read a thing today saying that that's the theme of the show or the event this year.
Overall, yeah.
So like, you'd think we'd understand it more, but I don't really get it.
Yeah, because the theme wise, we haven't seen much except for like the skull on the merch, and we've seen like skeleton
and like
hands
the soul
in the commercial
collecting thing that
but they
were
haven't
doing earlier.
shown us like a glimpse of that stuff, like the creatures or something, so we can say like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Number 3. Suspense.
Probably The Purge.
Oh.
And it's mostly because I haven't liked what they've done with the scare zone in the past. I feel like they could do more with it.
Yeah,
like,
New York is so big.
Yeah, it's such a big area that they could like. I like the sacrifices that they had before in the past events. So like if they could do like special like productions with that, like, you know, the last couple of years through New York, they had like last year there was the 3 warring factions in that one. So like if they could have like regular citizens running from, you know, people supporting the Purge, like that'd be really cool. Last time that was on. So that's number 3. Number 2, Invasion. I love sci-fi movies from like that era.
Yeah, the older era of film. Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. I hope it's gonna be great.
Do you think it's gonna be? You think it's gonna be campy?
I do think it's gonna be campy, and it's gonna be on purpose because that's how those movies were. You know, the aliens were like goofy looking, but they were still scary. Like I hope they don't go super like full goof. Big brain alien with like a globe over his head, like and like claws for hands. So I'm excited for that just because I love that time period of movies. Like some of the best sci-fi movies are from that era. So that's number 2 for me. And number 1 obviously leaves Trick or Treat out. Yeah. I love things like that. I've actually never seen the movie, so that'll be new for me. But like, I love Halloween. And I loved trick or treating as a kid, and like that scare zone looks kind of cool. Yeah. So, but that one I'm excited for it.
I'm excited to see it at night.
Yeah.
Since we haven't seen it lit up.
Yeah, exactly. They don't light the pumpkins until the event. But I do love that area. That's probably one of the areas that gets the darkest in Universal. Actually, you know, excited for Trick or Treat. I gotta watch the movie clearly. Because I don't know what it's about, other than there's some kids
and trick or treat.
Yeah, and they trick or treat and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Those are my scare zones I'm hyped for.
Hopefully you enjoyed the video. That is Charles's hype list for scare zones of Halloween Horror Nights 27. We did the pumpkin beer reviews. Hopefully there will be more of those. We just wanted to do kind of a challenge between these two. You had the Smutty Nose Pumpkin Ale, which was
it's okay.
And then you got the Jacko Traveler, which was obviously the highlight. We already knew that was going to probably be the highlight.
It renewed my favor.
That was it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. If you have any pumpkin beer choices or what is your highlights, your picks, leave them down in the comment section. Also leave your hype list. My hype list for the scare zones is coming. It's right in the editing process, so expect that very soon. So, any last words?
Well, No. Let me know if you have any beers that you like, because I'm always up for a beer.
Anyway, guys, that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day. Zombie Chris and Charles out.